Hi everyone, welcome back to Still We Persist. My name is Jada and I work here at Aya and Hattie Redmond Women and Gender Center.
And I'm Kylie. I also work with an Aya and the Hattie Redmond Women and Gender Center. And before we get started, we just want to say a quick disclaimer that our webcast is an open space for discussion, and we'll be talking about our own experiences and our opinions. So as our audience, please take what resonates and please leave what doesn't.
Right.
And with that, we have some cards today with some prompts.
Yes.
So that's what we'll be doing today. I think we should get started more lighthearted before
I
we
think
dive
so. Yeah.
into the nitty-gritty. Okay.
Yeah, and today you're rocking with the duo of Kylie and I again.
Yes. Like the first episode.
Throwback to the first episode of the term.
Yes.
So love that. It's like an interview sesh.
I know. It's like I have a little cue cards too.
Yeah.
Okay. The question is, what's your favorite part about living in Corvallis?
Oh gosh. Okay.
It might be a little hard, but not to diss Corvallis.
Do you have an answer that's like quicker than mine would be?
Maybe.
Okay, you should go.
I think living in Corvallis has made me really enjoy like small towns.
Really?
Like, I feel like I've never really been a city girl, like, but I've also never been like a completely like, what's it called, like rural person.
Yeah.
Because I live in Hillsborough, and so when growing up, I felt like it was like a smallish town. It wasn't as busy as was like Beaverton and such. But I think because of like all the new like housing and a lot of like the major companies are over there. Now, a lot of people are starting to move to Hillsborough, and it just feels so busy. So when living in Corvallis like the last 3 years and going to Hillsborough, I prefer Corvallis more now, especially because I don't like driving as much. And so like having to drive like 30 minutes now to Beaverton because of all the traffic, because there's so many more people, it's like kind of frustrating to me to see kind of that develop. And then being Corvallis, where everything's literally like 5 to 10 minutes away, is so nice. You know? Especially because when I'm passenger princess, but.
Because you're what?
Passenger princess. Because now that we're long distance, I don't have my driver. I have to drive myself.
Oh my gosh,
down.
you're your own Uber now.
Yeah, I am.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's funny you say that because Corvallis actually seems bigger than Scappoose. I know. Yeah. So grew up in a really small town, Scappoose. It was like 8,000 people now. I mean, it's growing a lot because it's close to Beaverton, Hillsborough, Portland. But Corvallis actually does seem a little bigger to me. But I honestly like it because it still feels like the small town vibe. But there's still more to do than Scappoose, where there's like one Fred Meyer. So
do you prefer like more city?
I don't know if I do. Like that's the thing. I don't know if I'd consider myself a city girl. But like I also feel like I don't like living rural either. Like I like doing
like
more.
Feel more disconnected.
Right.
Especially when living in Scappoose.
Oh my
you get
gosh,
like a little bit taste of it.
Yeah. my hometown friends and I always joke that we're the diversity of the school because we really were. We really were. And like you could count the amount of like minorities like on two our fingers on your hands. Like there was just not many of us. But that's kind of why I like Corvallis, like the small town vibe. But you know, there's more to do. Yeah. But I also I actually really enjoy Corvallis for living here. Like I live alone, so that's a luxury that I have. But it's nice between school and like I feel safe here relatively. So those are big things I look for.
Yeah, I also enjoy like the walkability of going to campus. Like I went to Seattle last weekend and I was like, I saw Seattle, bits and parts of Seattle University. I'm just like, I would not enjoy if I were like in a city. I mean, the walkability is nice, but it's just like, I feel like you don't have anywhere to escape to as much.
Right. And I feel like Corvallis, I don't know if it's just a theme for university towns or university cities, but Corvallis does have like a lot more resources and there's multiple things to do. Like there's nature, there's, you know, the school vibe, walkableness, there's resources like the library that you can use. So I just feel like there's a lot to do. And it's not too far from anything. Like Eugene's not too far. Albany is not too like there's things to actually do around it. But, yeah.
Okay, should we do another card?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, moving on. Okay, so that category was hobby. I don't know if that really counts as a hobby, but this one is personal.
Okay, I'm ready. Flatter me.
I'm trying to decide between the two.
Not you choosing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm guiding this.
Okay.
Is your role what you expected when you first accepted it? I guess in the context of working at the Addy Women Gender Center in DCE.
Okay. So is my role what I expected?
Yeah, and you want to say your role?
Yes. My role. I work at the Women and Gender Center, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm doing kind of a dual role of a leadership liaison and then the communications representative. So overall working to support the center in a leader position, but also doing the back end of like social media, communications, that type of thing. So, but when I first started in the job, so this is my 3rd year, when I first started, I started in your role as a community relations representative.
Yeah.
And I will say, going from high school and customer service jobs, where it's very explicit what you're supposed to do, like today you're gonna log into here, you're gonna bake this many things. Yeah, like there's just like a concrete list of things to do.
Tasks you have to do.
Exactly, and it's all just very like transactional. It's just what you do. That's like your job duties. But transitioning to a job like working at one of the cultural centers, it's been nice because we don't have that sort of structure, so there's more room for creative thinking. Yeah. And not that we don't have structure, but it's like we have more avenue.
Independence.
Yeah, independence. Like we have an avenue more so to do what we are interested in, and like fitting that to like the goals at the center. But like we can plan an event, we can collaborate with other people. If there's something really cool that we find, like we can share it with others. So things like that.
I think I had a very similar experience to you. So I'm also a community relations representative right now. And this is my 2nd year. Yeah, this is my 2nd year working this position.
Seasoned pro.
And I also worked in very much like customer service. I worked at Kumon, for anyone who knows what Kumon is. That was like my first high school job.
I don't know. Please enlighten me.
Kumon is like after school homework tutor type of thing.
Oh, okay.
So I would like grade papers, and I worked with early learners, so that's like the younger population of students that we worked with. So I did a lot of like reading and math with them and things like that. And so it was very much like customer service, like, oh, I'm doing this job and I have to do these tasks, I have to do these certain things, like I'm being told what to do.
Tutor Kailey.
Yeah.
Tutor Kailey.
I didn't know anything. It was just like worksheets, and I just guided them through the worksheets. I'm like, follow these directions.
Listen,
but yeah.
You know, that's a great first job. That's really unique too.
Yeah, and so so coming into this role, like I also had the experience of like going to very structured to very like less structure, and having to take the initiative yourself if you want to do these things. It's not like people are going to be telling you like, oh, join this, do that. Like you have to take initiative. You have to learn what your interests are and kind of apply that to the work you're doing. Yeah. And I struggled a lot in the beginning because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm new in this space. Yeah, and like a lot of the staff that was there when I came in, we're all returning staff. It was just me and another person, and that was new. And so it just felt kind of weird coming into a very established like work environment. But it was I felt like I caught on very easily and like was able to adapt pretty fast because it was just such like a welcoming environment, and our staff was just so great at kind of like starting to include us in things and asking like if we're interested in these certain aspects of the job. So it made it very easy to transition into that. So I really appreciate the work environment. Yeah, and Jada was a part of the staff, of course.
I'm glad I was part of that for you. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think part of the theme of my life and in college has been trying to get to know who I am more, especially because I feel like a lot of my identity was suppressed by the place that I grew up in. So in a way, like the transition to working at a job in the cultural centers is just really rewarding in a lot of ways, because I'm also able to learn alongside like learning about myself, but also like getting the kind of concrete like professional connections and like just building connections in general, like, I don't know, things like that. So I've been really grateful to work. It's not really what I expected, I guess. I don't really know what I was expecting, to be honest, but
it's more like learning on the job type of
Right, exactly. But I think it was like you kind of, Whitney says this all the time, but you get what you put into it, or something similar like that. Yeah. You really do like have to take that initiative, and you know, it's been really great to work with the I team and stuff, and just learning with each other.
Yeah, and like touching on the diversity part too, I feel like it's a little bit different for us because we're the women in gender centers. I feel like it's a bit more broad of like who our population we're serving as. And so we get to interact with like so many different types of people and different populations, especially with working with Aya and things like that, and with ME, and seeing Rain do his work is pretty cool. But I'm just like, I felt like no other work on campus would give me like this type of experience. And it makes me kind of sad to think like in a couple years, like I would have to be leaving this space and leaving this role. Like I'm never gonna have a job like this probably like ever again.
I think about that all the time. Like we're not gonna have as good of coworkers. We're not gonna have like a great boss and a nice work structure. So, you know, if you're watching this, apply to the cultural centers.
We're all awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that we're pretty cool. But, you know.
Okay.
Should I ask you one now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
pull out
which
the
one
questions.
should I do?
We haven't done future education or
Okay, I'll do this one
scenario.
because it's closer.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the little choosy action here.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Let's do this one. Best sandwich ever.
Best sandwich ever.
What's on it?
Oh my gosh.
What's the Kailey sandwich?
Okay, it depends. Obviously, I say that. I think because it's like if it's a hot sub or if it's a cold sub, you know, because I know a lot of people like Jersey Mike's hot subs, but I actually prefer their cold subs. I know it's a little controversial.
Interesting.
Because like, a lot of my roommates always get the hot subs, but I always get the cold
Jersey
subs.
Mike's, you said?
Yeah. And so I usually go for like roast beef provolone, cold sub. I love onions, so I always ask for extra onions. Don't worry, guys. I brush my teeth and I eat gum. But
you eat gum?
I mean, chew gum.
Totally
Don't swallow gum, I guess. And then for a hot sub, I really love like Italian hot subs. So like the pepperoni, the cheese, the salami, things like that. Of course, extra onions on that too.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's like my kind of preference.
Oh,
and I also don't like mayonnaise as much. So if I ever to put mayo on it, it would have to be like light mayo. And then I prefer like the vinegar, oil, salt, pepper, like the seasonings more than like any like dressing. I'm not very a condiment person.
Condiments.
Gross.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I am a little different because when it comes to sandwiches, I really only like meat and cheese. I'm super picky.
No veggies?
No veggies, no condiments, and I get made fun of all the time for that. They're like, you eat things dry? Like, who even are you? So sandwiches are a little hard for me because when I go to a restaurant and I order a sandwich, it's like, oh, I'll get this one, but can you take off pickles, onions, like literally everything. And so I'm like, at that point, I should just go to a different restaurant. But if I were to pick...
You're paying for it, so you should be able to get what you want, you know?
Right. But then I'm like, I can maybe get more bang for my buck somewhere else, you know?
True.
But if I were have to pick, I'm a big fan of bagels. I love bagels.
Oh, I love bagel sandwiches.
And so bagel sandwiches, specifically breakfast bagels. I'm going to shout out my hometown, Scappoose Bagel. They're the best New York style bagels. But they have...
Have you had a New York bagel?
I mean, not straight from New York. It'll happen. It'll happen someday. Okay. But at Scappoose Bagel, which is the closest I can get, there's a breakfast sandwich that I really like that has eggs, meat, and then cheese. Like it's just basic stuff that I like. Yeah. No vegetables.
No veggies.
No condiments. So I like that. Or grilled cheese with pesto.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I feel like part of growing up is realizing that pesto is so good. like growing up, I feel like you're like, ew, pesto because it's green. Yeah, exactly. But then you grow up and you're like, this shit smacks.
I know.
It's so good.
Never ate that much like non-Asian food growing up as much. I think what I had exposure to was like if we had like it's like any like Italian or anything like not Asian, it'd be like spaghetti and like, you know, very much like that. Americanized foods.
Right.
So I never had pesto until later on, and I would like put pesto. There's like I love the Costco pesto.
I get that all the time.
I love the Costco pesto.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'll put it on salmon. I'll put it on pasta. I'll put it on so much stuff. Yeah. If you put it on salmon and like air fry it, it gets so good. Yeah. Anyways, tip out for y'all.
No, I know.
Costco pesto.
Like, next Still We Persist episode, we can bring food or something.
I wish we could eat in here.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry,
that's okay.
Guys, but
well, that was a nice. I feel like I learned a lot about you.
Yeah, me too.
Just now.
Not a veggie girl. Do you eat veggies in general, or like
you know, I should.
Anti-veggie.
I mean, I'm very picky about veggies.
I see. What veggies do you like? Okay, there you go.
Brussels sprouts are good. Spinach is good. Green beans are good. Like,
I feel like those are the most picky like veggies that are out there. Like people usually don't like Brussels sprouts or broccoli.
I like the green vegetables. I just need to eat more of them more often.
I see.
Like, I'm never at the grocery store. I'm like, you know what sounds good? Broccoli.
I
no,
see.
that never happens.
Like you have to like really encourage yourself to like eat those foods.
Yeah, and so that's why I need to meal prep and stuff, because then it's a way for me to get that in. But I'm never at the store and I'm like, you know what sounds good? This sounds good. That never happens. And it's never a vegetable.
It's never a vegetable.
It's always fruits, things that are bad for you.
Bad for you.
Yeah.
Unhealthy.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole nother
that's a whole nother tangent.
topic. But I should really eat more vegetables more often.
I see.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not as picky. It's like I'll eat it if it's there, but I won't like go out of my way.
I feel like you're really good at trying new foods.
I am. I'll always try something once. Even if I try it once and I don't like it, like
you'll give it another chance.
I'll give it another try.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's like, what if it wasn't like made good at this one place,
right.
you know, like maybe it was better at another place. So I'll always try, you know.
Well, I aspire to be you.
It sucks being disappointed.
I really want to grow up and be you someday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I will try new foods. Next time I try a new vegetable, I'll like FaceTime you.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
give me a
look
review.
what I'm eating. Yeah. Weekly review of new vegetables.
Yes.
That sounds great.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Another category.
Oh yeah. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I keep on moving around so much. Like, I need to stop. Ooh. Okay. We're definitely not gonna have time for all of these questions.
I know. Since like at least one for each category.
Okay. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Advice? That's hard. I feel like there's a lot of things. I don't know. I mean, like, you know, to like change something from the past, like it's gonna change your future.
Right.
But like, if I had to give my younger self advice, I think it would be in the realms of like how to take care of myself. I think because like back then, even recently, like my first year of college, like I was very much like, I want to say serving others, but putting others before myself.
People pleaser.
I'm still in love with people.
It's okay, it happens to the best of us.
But yeah, I was a big people pleaser, and I would always just do what my parents wanted. I would hide secrets and lie and things like that because I thought my parents would disapprove of these things. But looking back, I feel like they wouldn't have done that. They would have been more accepting about it. And so I think to just, I guess, live less in fear and just kind of figure out what you want yourself. Like, kind of live through yourself instead of living through other people. Because I felt like I was living through other people. I was giving other people my energy, my time, without giving any to myself. So I think I would rather really try to teach my younger self to, like, shift that and focus more on, like, my own self, my own health, and my own well-being.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Wise words by Kailey.
Yeah.
Great. I love that. For me, it's probably not as deep as yours. I liked your answer a lot. Yeah. You know, I'm trying not to be regretful of things in the past.
Me too.
Like, in the end, like, it's shaped to be like who I am today. Yeah. So I'm trying not to be regretful of those things. But advice for my younger self, depending on what we see as younger, I'm going back to like high school because I feel like that's the most, I mean, that wasn't that long ago, but
it felt so long ago.
It honestly has, like, I've been getting Snapchat memories, and freshman year for me was like 7 years ago.
That's what I'm saying, like, this was 5 years ago, like, this was 6-7 years ago. That's crazy.
That is so crazy. I know, look at us, we're so old.
I know.
But yeah, I'm trying not to be regretful of anything, but in high school there's so much social pressure and social conformity that I was definitely a victim of. Yeah. I'm not, a victim might be a strong word, but like I really did care a lot about what other people thought.
Yeah, you fell into it.
Yeah, and definitely a big people pleaser, still am. So I think I would just be like, nothing really matters once you
look at the
get out
picture.
of high school.
Yeah.
Like, nothing really matters. And so I would do that. And then something I guess that I'm currently working on too, that I would also tell my younger self knowing now, is the fact that there's not really a right path in life. There's just a path. And that took a lot of mentorship, and it still does for me to think of, because we're always thinking like future, what am I going to do
Yeah.
in this amount of time? What am I
Yeah.
going to do? Like, I just want to make sure I do the right thing.
Yeah.
But what is the right thing?
Like you were telling me earlier when I was talking about like school and like being my major and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. I still have time.
You still have time. You have your whole life. Like, think about it. You're what, 20, almost 21?
Yeah.
Like, you have your whole life to figure out what you want to do.
It's crazy.
And I know I sound like a mom or like, I don't know, a high school teacher, counselor or something. But like, truly, there's just, I mean, nothing's permanent in life. So you can just.
I know. And everything could change in a moment. Like, you really don't know.
Exactly. Wow, look at us getting deep. This is like the type of conversations you have like at 3 a.m. in a Taco Bell parking lot or something.
Taco Bell parking lot.
Yeah.
Drinking a Baja Blast.
Oh yeah. The $1 tacos, spicy potato soft taco. If you haven't tried it, you should.
Never tried it.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your Taco Bell order?
My Taco Bell order?
I would love to know. This will tell me a lot about you.
So they have like a build your own cravings box if you order online.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I usually get a Crunch Wrap.
Okay.
I usually get the Crunch Wrap cravings box with like the side of like a hard taco, and then I usually get Fiesta potatoes.
Ooh,
and then I'll get my Baja Blast freeze.
Baja Blast.
Yeah.
I wish I was more into Baja Blast than I am. They always like dehydrate me. They always feel super like, I don't know.
Like the freeze or like the soda?
Isn't a Baja Blast like a slushie?
Yeah, it's both.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of the slushy thing.
The slushy and the soda.
I'm thinking of the slushy.
I see.
It's like a little, I know. There's better things.
Do you like ices in general? Or like slushies, Slurpees?
Weird thing about me, I'm allergic to corn. And that
That
includes corn syrup
yes,
and
I
all
forget.
that. So
yeah.
like slushies and things definitely
have corn syrup.
Yeah, like that's like the first ingredient. And so I try to
Yeah.
stay away from it. I still eat corn. Like it's more of an intolerance than it is an allergy at this point, honestly. But I try to stay away from slushies.
Yeah.
Because they're straight corn. Yeah. Not that that has stopped me in the future. I still eat it, but you know.
Yeah.
There's better things that I would like.
Makes
I'm more of
sense.
a milkshake fan.
Then what do you get at Taco Bell? What's your Taco Bell order?
Ooh, okay. I think their breakfast is a little slept on, I will say.
I do love their breakfast crunch
They
wrap.
have a breakfast crunch.
Yeah,
wait, you just said that. Okay. Breakfast crunch wrap, always great.
Yeah.
They also have like breakfast tacos and a breakfast quesadilla that are just like.
I've never tried. I always go for the breakfast crunch wrap.
I'm a big fan of breakfast. Like, if anyone were to hit me up and be like, yo, breakfast in 10, you'd be like, or I would be like, yes. 100%.
Bagels, Taco Bell.
Literally, like eggs, potatoes, cheese, meat. Like everything is so good about breakfast. But yes. Anyways, we can
do next file.
Yeah, I think you should ask this one.
I'll let you pick. We'll do like
Ooh,
a little.
Okay. I see.
Card
I see.
situation. Yeah.
Okay. Always go middle.
The middle.
Always go middle. Okay. What's something you want to do in the next year that you've never done before?
Oh my goodness. What have I not done before? Well, I guess I will be turning 21 in a month. So I'll be able to do things I haven't been able to do
in your party girl era.
I mean, honestly, not.
I know.
Yeah. I know. But we're trying to go to Vegas in March.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so like I've been to Vegas before previously with my family, but they always like left me out, me and my cousin, because we're not 21, and all my siblings and my aunts and uncles are obviously 21 over. And so it's like they always left us at the hotel or left like my mom or my aunt to take care of us. And so we never did anything. And we would stay on the strip, but we would literally just be sitting in the hotel doing nothing. So at least now when I'm 21, I'll be able to stay in the strip, and I'll also be able to participate in different activities and such. So that
you'll get to experience it to the max.
Yeah. So it'll be actually something I haven't done before. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You get to go to bars and like.
Eventually, yeah.
Bars and
clubs. I probably won't be going to clubs and bars as much, but it's nice to have that option.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's so funny because when I turned 21, it's like almost been a year of me being 21. But once you hit that age, you're like, what can I not do? Yeah. But there are, I mean, there's certain things like you can't even rent a car unless you get an extra fee. Right? Yeah. I've rented a car before in California, but they charge you extra.
Yeah, because you're young and reckless.
Young and reckless, exactly. I just want to say, never gotten a car crash before.
Can't say the same.
Weird flex.
It was just by myself though, guys. No, there's nobody else. It's just me and a brick. but
In a break.
in a fence. But,
Tell
yeah.
the story. Tell the story.
No, it's so embarrassing. I was practicing driving in the parking lot of my school, and they were doing like some renovations in the parking lot, and my dad was in the car with me, and I ended up taking too wide of a turn, and instead of pressing the brake, I actually stepped on the gas, and I rammed into the fence. Like I skidded the fence, and I rolled over a brick. And then my tire popped because I rolled over the brake, and my front part of the right of the car was scratched. And that was like my first time driving in a parking lot, and I was traumatized after that.
Was that like
I eventually
16?
still got my license.
15? It was so long ago.
It was probably like 16, because I got my license like end of junior year, because it took me a while after that to start getting my license, because I was always after that I was really scared to go practice and driving. My dad really had to drag me out of the house to do that, and so I didn't get my license till like the end of my, it was like during COVID, it was like end of my junior year, my beginning of senior year is when I got my license, and so I started got my permit when I was 16.
Well, it was more than 2 years ago, so it's irrelevant now.
Yeah.
But to make you feel better, I did run over a rock once. I will show you the picture after. You will be like, wow, that brick meant nothing, because Jada ran over a whole ass rock.
It was so embarrassing too, because it was during the summer, and there were people at the track, because like the parking lot is next to the track of the school, and people like go there and run during summer. So there's people there, and they all saw it happen. I was literally so embarrassed.
We're not beating the stereotypes.
No, we don't want to talk about that.
Okay, what's something that I want to do in the next year that I've never done before? You know, I probably should have thought of this while you were speaking, because there's nothing really that comes to mind. I mean, in the next year, I'll be graduated. That's something I haven't done before. Grad school, yeah. I mean, if that's the plan that's in the cards for me. Grad
that's
school.
That's like your new like catchphrase.
In the cards?
If that's in the cards for me. Like,
have I been saying that lately?
I think you said like 3 times this day.
On this? Oh, no. Oh, man.
Maybe not
I'm
this
just picking
episode,
up
but
on
just like
different
to
languages.
me. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's something. Grad school. Just being more independent. I feel like once you get out of college and undergrad, the world is really, like, I really am sounding like a mom. But really, the world is like your oyster. Like, you can really just do, like, the whole world's open for you. If I wanted to move to frickin' Missouri or something, I could. I don't know why that came to mind. I'm not moving to Missouri ever.
I feel like when you're in your undergrad, you still feel like so young.
Exactly.
Especially in the eyes of like society and the public too.
Right. And like, I mean, I was thinking about this the other day actually, but when I was in high school, you're like 15 through 18. And then you look at college students, you're like, oh, they're so old. But now that I'm in college, I'm like, I do not feel old.
I don't know. I look at some of those middle schoolers and like, I'm
Isn't
like,
that
they're
wild?
So young.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
I know, and like they dress the same as
high
me.
Schoolers
I'm like,
even. No, high school. I look at high schoolers. I'm like, these looks. They're so young.
I know.
I think just the way like their talk, like the slang, the lingo they use. I'm like, is that how I sounded when I was younger and I was using?
Oh, we definitely did.
Yeah,
but like we didn't realize
slay,
it.
Like I don't. I forgot what lingo we used back then, but like.
I forgot what. We dabbed a lot.
I know. I don't want to think about that. I never personally contributed to that trend, but.
Really?
Yeah.
You're immune.
Not necessarily. Honestly, there's people around me doing it.
Well.
And I made things dab. Like if I had like a plushie, I'd like make it dab. But I wouldn't dab myself, you know.
Why not?
I don't know. It just felt so excessive. Like I have really long arms too.
Stop.
So
that can't be the reason.
It's not the reason, but I feel like if I really did it, it'd be very like excessive. Because I feel like I just have really long.
I have never looked at you and been like, Kylie has long ass arms.
It's just me. It's just like something I notice.
Oh, well, I don't. I'm just affirming.
I don't think anybody's just like, you have long limbs.
Like, you know, yeah, I get it. I feel like we all have insecurities that like we hide from other people.
Yes.
So long arms is yours now.
I guess it's not my arms actually. It's my neck. This like goes into like my haircut story.
I've never done this where like I have said Kylie has a long neck. I've never done that.
Well, it's like internal insecurities, you know.
Right.
It's like no one ever like points it out and be like, oh, like I mean bullies, things like that. But like you know, people who actually have manners. I'm not gonna say that to you.
Kylie, I think you're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I think you're really beautiful too, Jada.
Oh my gosh, stop. You're making me blush.
Yeah, but falling into like my haircut story, I was telling you, I got my hair cut.
Oh yes, okay.
Before winter break, right? before I went back for winter break, and I asked for like a long bob because I wanted my hair was like maybe like this long-ish, so I just wanted like to my neck, like to my shoulder right here.
Right.
And so, because I have a long neck, so I feel like whenever I had like the bob haircut when I was younger, so I always thought I literally looked like a bobblehead because my neck would be so long, and then my head would just be like a ball shape because of my hair. And so I was like, oh yeah, I don't want a bob. I want like a long bob. I want my hair to be this long. And when they cut it, because she cut it wet, when my hair dried, it like went up so much, and it was like super short, and I'm just like, scarves are my new thing. Tying up my hair is my new thing, because I also can't really tie up my hair that much either. I'm like, I look like Christopher Columbus or something with my hair tied up.
Stop, Christopher Columbus.
So I was like really upset with my hair. But yeah, so I'm just like, I've been keeping it up. I've been just like wearing scarves and stuff, and you know, I mean, it is a season for scarves anyways. I've been really into scarves.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like my new
like,
accessory.
Maybe the haircut was good because it's like brought out a new side of you that you maybe wouldn't have explored.
True.
But I get it. I also cut my hair like, in 2020, so it's been a while. But like my mom cut it because I don't want to spend like $50 on a haircut.
Yeah, because I spent I went to a nice salon too, so I spent hella money on my haircut, and I wasn't even that happy with it.
Put them on blast. No, I'm joking. Yeah, no, it's okay. But yeah,
They're
I had
people.
mine that was
It's
super
just
short like yours, and I was like, I do not like this. But honestly, it was nice because like I know what I look like with short hair, and you know, I feel like I look older with short hair too.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
I feel like when I got a haircut in the summer, and I really like my hair. I'm like, oh, let me look so mature and all that stuff. But I think because it was like short, now it's shorter than normal, I look like a child. Like people were like, oh my God.
Really mature.
Because everyone's like, when I first got my haircut, everyone's like, oh, you're so cute. You look so young. Especially because my family too, because like I got it right before I went home for winter break. So everyone was like, oh, you're so cute. You look so young. Yeah. They're like, oh, you look like when you were a kid. I'm like, oh, thanks.
No, I honestly really like you with short hair.
Short hair like this.
I mean, it's like I haven't known you with super long hair before, but I like it with like you with short hair.
Yeah, I feel like the longest I've had my hair when you were around probably like to right here. Like I've never grown my hair out that long.
I've had it pretty long before. Yeah. Not ever to like it's always been like, I don't know. I don't know what's considered long hair anymore.
It's also different when you're standing up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Very true. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do a different category?
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions that you like from those, or should we do something from them?
Nah, we should do something from there. We really plan these questions out. We put a lot of thought into them. So I hope you appreciate them.
Yes. Let's see.
I'm eager to hear it.
Okay. What are you most proud of accomplishing? What are you most proud of accomplishing in this role so far?
Oh.
This is like what we do for our end of year review.
Yeah. Okay. What am I proud of in my role so far? Oh gosh. You know, I think me going to the LL position was pretty, like, it was a quick process, but I'm proud of like how I easily incorporated into it. Like it was a smooth transition, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But for the comm rep role things, like I would categorize myself as being a very organized type A
100%.
person. And I think that comm rep role has the most structure out of every job.
That's very true.
Besides like the graphic designer one. But I think that in that way, it served its purpose of the center of having that sort of like logistical structure type thing. Like you post on Instagram, you communicate with people, you check the email, things like that, add things to listserv. So I feel like I've added a good foundation in terms of like setting up the center for future structure for comm rep stuff. But I've been in that role longer than I have the LL one, so I can really only speak to the comm rep one. But what about you?
You being LL right now is like you're doing so much work already.
Really?
Like I feel like when you moved into that role, you've been doing like so much for like the center already, and like
Kylie, stop.
I feel like you've really like stepped into that role like headstrong, not headstrong, but like ready, you know?
Right.
Like I felt
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
For me, to be like work strictly wise, like an actual like accomplishment, I guess, like within like my role, I think my proudest would have to be the collaboration with the OSU community. I think it's just the most memorable and the most like fun for me. And it was like during the time of like the 50-year anniversary.
Right.
And so we had collabed with the Oshiro Creamery, and I was kind of like the head of like kind of our center working with them. And we ended up making an ice cream called Fudge the Patriarchy.
So good.
It was a chocolate-based ice cream with pretzel, I think, chocolate-covered pretzels.
Right.
I think brownie bits. It was like a bunch of different like chocolatey things, and it was really nice. The pretzel made it a lot better, I think, because it's like had that salty component. But yeah, it was really fun. It was a really fun collab, and we had it like a lot of it served for different events throughout that school year.
Right. Yeah. And for context, we celebrated 50 years.
Yeah. This is our
here at OSU, the center. 51st, this year.
This year.
But last year was when we did like a big birthday party for the center, and Kylie was a big help with that collab, and we made the ice cream super good. People were talking about it.
Yeah, people were talking about it.
We made stickers.
Yeah, the stickers were awesome. Shout out to Julie and Ray.
Yeah. So cute.
So cute.
And now it's kind of like a fun play on words like Fudge the Patriarchy. I know. What a good ice cream flavor
It was a good name. I don't remember who came up with the name. I was thinking of someone from the center too.
Yeah, it
came up with the name.
It was a poll that we did.
Yeah.
Or something. But yeah, you've done a lot of collabs for the center. And like, I feel very confident in your ability to be a seasoned pro next year. You're going to be like one of the top leaders, and you're going to be like, yeah, I know everything.
It's a little nerve-wracking too to think about like being a role next year if I was in a leadership position too, and kind of like having that responsibility, especially with a lot of changes going on. So we'll see how it goes, but we'll see
how it goes.
I'm still thinking about it, considering all my options and what's best for me.
Right.
So
I think that takes a lot of maturity and courage to understand, because you definitely have the capability to do it.
I think I do have the capability. It's just like, can I do it?
Yeah, it's just a matter of if you have the capacity or feel that you can. But we might have time for one more short question.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not quite sure, but
I have hobby questions if you had any other fun ones.
Okay, you go first.
These aren't that fun. Do you have any other fun?
Okay. Yeah, look at us. Okay, I'll do scenario based.
Okay.
What would you do in life if money weren't an issue?
If money was an issue?
So many things.
I've talked to my family about this. It's like we're joking like during like the holidays, and we're saying how, we should just like, if we win the lottery, like let's start like a commune and just like a farm and just like all live next to each other and just kind of like live life.
Right.
And I feel like it's what I would do. Like I feel like traveling would be a big part of it too, but I think like once you travel, then like what are you gonna do? Keep traveling, or are you gonna like, I guess, settle down?
Right.
But like I feel like right now in my life, like I don't feel the need to go out and do things as much. Like I'm ready to like settle down, I guess.
Right.
And so I feel like that would be the thing I would do. Like I would just live with my family, live with my friends, you know, like rescue some animals, have a farm, and like grow some veggies and stuff, and just
live your Minecraft life.
Yeah, live my Minecraft life. That's good. That's gonna be a new
That's your quote.
Yeah, that's my quote. Live my Minecraft life.
Yes,
without all the mobs, but.
Yeah. The mobs aren't existent when you have unlimited money. You can hire someone for that, just to kill all the mobs. I would probably have a similar answer. I guess not living my Minecraft life necessarily, but the traveling portion of it. I feel like money is like the biggest stressful factor for people. So I would just feel less stressed. Like I would finish out school, you know, pay people that I love, go on trips, things like that.
Yeah, if people wanted to travel, like I would want to like sponsor them to like travel, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sponsor them to live the life that they want to. Because money's the biggest obstacle, honestly.
I always think about like, who would I be if money weren't a barrier for me?
I'd be so
Where would I be right now? Like, would I be happier?
It's kind of crazy how much you can see the people who have that money and how they're living their lives.
Exactly. Well, in summary, marry rich. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Minecraft life.
Minecraft life. That's a good ending one. But do you have any final words for the crowd?
Not really. Just like live your life how you want to live your life. Don't let others dictate that.
# YOLO. Anyways, thank you everyone for tuning in. Rocking with the duo again, Kylie and I. Yes. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for next episode.
Yes.
Bye everyone.